This is Nick Grega.
This is Ron Walker.
And you're watching
MVTV. November 11th from 5 to 9 p.m.
in the theater
is a veteran
memorial
concert.
It's gonna be awesome. Hey, the NHS induction ceremony is coming up pretty soon. November 15th?
Yeah.
15th, November 15th, yeah. So, if you're involved with that, be there.
Or be square.
Because you're not around.
Are you struggling academically? Do you need a hero? I have excellent news. Academic Assist is back. Tuesdays and Thursdays during HIVE in Mrs. Loveland's room. Come to 219 to receive peer tutoring from NHS students. Math, English, science, history, languages, even music and art. Get the help you need to succeed. Holidays are fast approaching, and you know what that means. It's ugly sweater season. The only problem is sweaters are itchy. Well, I have excellent news for you. You can purchase a custom, ugly MVHS sweater that's not actually a sweater. In fact, it comes in a sweatshirt or a long-sleeve t-shirt, $30 and $20 respectively. Place your orders by November 18th in the main office for sizes small through XXL. Delivery guaranteed December 1st at the high school. Get one for yourself, friends, and family.
On holiday.
You hear about the birthday?
Whose birthday?
They say it's out of this world. Because it's Nova. Nova's birthday.
Get it? Cause, anyway, next segment.
Because Nova is like a space thing, right?
Yeah, supernova.
Yeah.
It's like a star that blows up.
Just a reminder, you have until November 16th to bring in supplies for the Knox County Humane Society to celebrate Nova's birthday. Talk to your HIVE teacher about what supplies are needed, and the winning HIVE gets a pizza party, and I'm thinking Nova's probably going to be there as well. So the winning HIVE will get to spend some time with Nova and eat some pizza. So talk to your HIVE teacher and make sure you bring in some supplies, and we'll celebrate Nova's birthday. Thank you.
One great way you can help celebrate Nova's birthday is coming by to help Mrs. Mielik and other students after school on Thursday in room 234. That's the foods classroom from 2:45 to 4 p.m. They're going to be making PUPSICLEs and trying to fill enough containers to make 326 treats.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man?
Yeah, the Muffin Man.
Who lives on Drury Lane?
Probably.
Sometimes. Speaking of muffins, what's for lunch?
I don't think muffins.
Well, maybe muffins. I mean, on some days we have muffins, like, with our quesadillas or something.
Why would you have a muffin with quesadilla? It sounds like a stupid lunch.
I don't know.
I mean, that's why
We had
you're
breakfast
not...
sausage with mac and cheese one time.
Oh, so? That sounds better than muffins and quesadillas. This is why you're not making these lunches.
I'm not. That's just what they are.
Aren't. I've never had a quesadilla and a muffin.
Did you know in 1580 the word lunch was invented?
I had no clue.
No clue?
Not a clue. What is
Whoa,
that?
it's a floating MVTV menu. What? Monday it's Domino's Pizza. That's unheard of. That's never
Oh my
happened.
god. Guys, get this. Tuesday, it's chili. What is that?
We're not talking about weather, are we?
Oh, the food.
We're
chili
talking about
with cornbread.
Chili with cornbread. That's what we're talking about.
Okay.
Wednesday it's Steph's choice.
That's gonna be a surprise, guys.
It's always a surprise.
Get this. Speaking of cornbread, there's also corn dogs.
On Thursday. I mean, that's pretty insane.
On Thursday, yes.
And Friday, what is it?
Mac and cheese.
Oh, it's gonna be macky and it's gonna be cheesy. Come on now.
That's it for this week, guys. The lunch menu.
Man, I need a refresher.
Me too. Of what?
Jacket journal.
What?
With the jacket journal refresh.
That's insane. We gotta do one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a journal, but
Refreshing.
it's for jackets. It's like a fashion magazine.
Yeah.
No, it's not. That was a joke in poor taste.
Of what?
What are you talking about?
What was that in poor taste of?
It's just not funny.
Well, everything you say is not funny. The only funny thing about you is how you look.
Get it?
Hello MVTV. I am with the Jacket Journal photographer from Jacket Journal and a photo editor and also article writer, by the way, of Jacket Journal. And I am going to ask questions that everybody has been wanting to ask. So, what exactly do you do, Mr. Photographer, sir?
So in
Highlight.
Jacket Journal, I kind of just do whatever I'm told to do, which is like a lot. So a lot of the time, I'll either go through photos and just sort out through good and bad, or I'll write an article on any subject or topic. It doesn't just have to be sports. We also write about other things. Like we wrote about a book coming out later this year, and I help take photos when needed.
Mr. Jack Crago, what do you do exactly as photo editor?
So my main thing is to create graphics with Photoshop and then also put photos into Lightroom and edit them and make them look a little bit better. But also I take photos when it's needed to, and I help write articles.
Perfect. Alrighty, now it's time for next part of the crew to come up here. Alrighty, I am back after that short break, and I am with
Esme McDonald
and
Grace Lehman.
alrighty. Now, more questions that we all want answered. What exactly do you do?
Well, I'm the editor-in-chief of the Jacket Journal, so I'm basically overseeing the photography, the writing, the website. Back in the early stages, we had an early stage of website, and I kind of helped design that, and now I help oversee the website. So I'm kind of just an overseer, making sure everything's getting done, doing kind of the nitty-gritty stuff.
I'm the lead photographer. I just take pictures of whatever's happening around the high school.
Awesome. Now, what is the link to the website?
The link to the website is www.mvjacketjournal.org. You just search that up, and you can see articles, photos, yeah.
There you have it, folks. Awesome questions about Jacket Journal that y'all wanted answered.
The basketball season's coming up, so if you are interested in that, then watch more film.
Basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah,
It's
basketball.
It's like kind of like hockey, except
you dribble the hockey
grab
puck,
it,
but it's round and orange.
it's bouncy.
And it's like got these black stripes.
And, right, like
and
a
you,
tiger.
Yeah, and you pump it full of air.
And
Cooper Carpenter.
Trevor Bucky. Let's roll. Yes, sir. So what is it like being a leader on this Mount Vernon team, this basketball team?
Being a leader is something about setting an example for the younger guys because, freshmen, it's their first year of high school basketball, so they really got to know how to do things. So you kind of just got to show them how to act and what's expected of our program.
Yeah.
I have a lot of responsibility as a senior. Make sure the freshmen, the younger guys do little things right, be successful. When I was a freshman, the seniors were pushing me, so I want to do the same for them.
From the basketball standpoint, it's always been a thing for me to be a leader since I'm a point guard. And, having the younger guys like Boston and Jalen behind the camera look up to me and be able to learn from how I act is just really a role that I've had to take on this year.
So what's your guys' expectations for this year's basketball season?
Well, definitely, obviously we're going to try to win every game, but for the main expectation is we're going to try to show a steady growth throughout the season, just try to get better.
Yeah. Obviously, we want to win the conference, win as many games as we can, but like Cooper said, stay a steady path the whole year, keep improving, stay on that path to hopefully win us more games.
It's a steady grind. I didn't play last year, so obviously that sucks, but being able to come back and be able to play with the boys is always a good time, so hopefully we can have a good time and win a few basketball games along the road.
I'm here with Coach Kuhn on the basketball team. What are your expectations for this season?
We got a really good group back that has invested a lot of time, so our expectations mainly deal with maximizing our moments together. We don't typically talk about wins, losses, all that stuff, so it's just getting the most out of each day, trying to prepare as well as possible and be committed to what we're doing. So we're looking forward to it. We put a lot of work into it, and hopefully that work pays off.
That's really good. Are there any teams that you think are going to be particularly challenging?
Yeah, we always kind of circle the Newark game. It's a really good program. It's been a long-time rival of ours, so that's definitely a game we look forward to each year. And then our conference is really good top to bottom this year. I'm not sure if there is a top to bottom, but it's a bunch of really good teams. So throughout our schedule, up and down, from the beginning to the end, we're going to be faced with a lot of challenges. So, but hopefully that prepares us and gets us better as the season goes on.
Yeah, when does the season start?
So our first game is the night before Thanksgiving, so November 23rd at home versus Centerburg.
Is there anything else you'd want to say, about the season?
No, we're looking forward to it. We have a really good group of guys that's invested a lot of time, so we're hoping a lot of students and community come out and support those guys and get the HIVE rocking.
Nice, sir. Ooh, go Jackets.
Thank you.
A thing happened a long time ago, and that is what we are about to tell you in an informational thing.
About history this week.
About history.
In history.
History.
Up next.
On this edition of This Week in History, Nick is going to talk to us about some armistice stuff, so take it away, Nick.
Okay, on November 11th, 1918, World War I officially ended. In a railway car, the German forces and the Allied powers agreed to call an armistice and stop fighting at 11 o'clock that day. This wasn't the official Treaty of Surrender, which happened in June of 1919, but which is the Treaty of Versailles. But this ended the war, and this was recognized as Armistice Day for a long time, and most countries around the world have some sort of Armistice Day that were affected by World War I. Now it's Veterans Day in the United States, where we celebrate, what people who have served in the armed forces have done, but that's where the date comes from. A little fun fact, it's not fun, it's awful actually, but almost 3,000 people died on that, between when the armistice was signed and when it went into effect. So more people than died on 9/11 died on the last day of World War I.
If we look to the answer as to why for so many years we achieved so much, prospered as no other people on earth, it was because here in this land we unleash the energy and individual genius of man to a greater extent than has ever been done before. Freedom and the dignity of the individual have been more available and assured here than in any other place on earth. The price for this freedom at times has been high, but we have never been unwilling to pay that price. Those who say that we're in a time when there are no heroes, they just don't know where to look. The sloping hills of Arlington National Cemetery, with its row upon row of simple white markers bearing crosses or stars of David, they add up to only a tiny fraction of the price that has been paid for our freedom. Each one of those markers is a monument to the kind of hero I spoke of earlier. Their lives ended in places called Belleau Wood, the Argonne, Omaha Beach, Salerno, and halfway around the world on Guadalcanal, Tarawa, Pork Chop Hill, the Chosin Reservoir, and in 100 rice paddies and jungles of a place called Vietnam. Under one such marker lies a young man, Martin Treptow, who left his job in a small-town barber shop in 1917 to go to France with the famed Rainbow Division. There on the Western Front, he was killed trying to carry a message between battalions under heavy artillery fire. We're told that on his body was found a diary. On the flyleaf, under the heading, My Pledge, he had written these words: America must win this war. Therefore I will work, I will save, I will sacrifice, I will endure. I will fight cheerfully and do my utmost as if the issue of the whole struggle depended on me alone. We must realize that no arsenal or no weapon in the arsenals of the world is so formidable as the will and moral courage of free men and women. It is a weapon our adversaries in today's world do not have. It is a weapon that we as Americans do have. Let that be understood by those who practice terrorism and prey upon their neighbors. As for the enemies of freedom, those who are potential adversaries, they will be reminded that peace is the highest aspiration of the American people. We will negotiate for it, sacrifice for it. We will not surrender for it now or ever. We are Americans.